Okay, this is our next piece, and it is called a power figure, and it is also referred to as a Nkisi Nkandi. It is from the Congo peoples, which is modern day Democratic Republic of the Congo. This one dates from the late 19th century and CE, and it's created out of wood and metal. And there are many of these, but the one that we're looking at here, well, there's many. So any African museum will have some of these. So Nkisi means medicine. And so for the context behind these figures were made by what's called a Ngnaga, Ngnaga, which is a doctor or a shaman. Shamanistic beliefs in spirits and ancestors are prevalent for these people. They believe their gods gave healing power only to the king. There's a strong belief in the spirit world. For many African peoples, their belief system included a supreme creator God that is not thought to be fundamentally involved with daily lives of humans, but instead there are numerous subordinate spirits that are ever present and involved in human affairs. Spirits may inhabit agricultural fields, rivers that supply fish, and forests to supply food. Spirits may also exist in families too. Ancestral spirits have control and over the success and failure in life, and if a proper relationship is not maintained, family spirits can be harmed. Families can be harmed by the spirits in the form of illness or misfortune. The Congolese peoples also believed that the belly was the focal point for the soul. So you can see on both these figures here, this big opening is where the soul is supposed to enter. And you can even see right here the hollowness right there. Okay, so in regards to content and form, the Nagnaga and head of the cults, or I'm sorry, they were the head of the cults of ancestor worship, and power figures are carefully preserved by owners for generations. In this, art is a visible manifestation of ancestral power, which can affect the present. That power was represented as a presiding authority and enforcing the Lord or King. Its crowning element is the distinctive MPU headdress worn by chiefs or priests. The figure's posture and gesture, which is leaning forward with hands placed on the hips in an aggressive attitude, is for one who challenges fearlessly. He is positioned ready to act or speak on behalf of individuals who call for his assistance. There are traces of a missing beard, which is a sign of seniority, and that survives in the form of nails along the contours of the chin. There are also vestiges of an abdominal cavity. In the abdominal cavity, that was for medicinal matter that originally attracted the figure's defining force. This is central to the iconography of the piece, as the figure's belly was normally filled with medicinal materials such as herbs and plant matter or bits of animal bone and fur. These substances are often related to the land of the dead and serve to bring the power of the dead under the control of the ritual specialist, who was the activator. In this piece, the materials are sealed in with a cowrie shell fitted into the abdominal protrusion, which is the key to the activation of the figure. The elevated feet on blocks indicate that the figure is an intermediary serving between heaven and earth. In regards to function, this is very much part of a ritual, as this piece is thought to contain power. The power figures were receptacles of significant spiritual forces and were used as potent tools for the determination of social threats and physical ailments. Many African societies relied on a specialist, as we mentioned context before, such as a diviner, who serves as the link between the supernatural and the human world. In ritual events, this person served as the mediator with the individuals involved in a social dispute or as a facilitator for those overtaken by a health concern. The individual authorized to activate the work applied medicinal matter to the figure's central cavity, which was then protectively sealed. Okay, so the Naga diviner and selected the individuals who called upon the power's figure's use, and then they would puncture the figure with metal elements. To ensure that the Nakandi understood its task, materials related to the transgression, which could be hairs, rags, or tokens, could be tied to the nails that were driven into the figure. This act summoned the spiritual force associated with the power figure to witness or act on behalf of the supplicants. Parties involved in a dispute might each drive a nail in the work, in effect sealing their agreement and acceptance of the resolution. So these were made primarily in the 19th and 20th centuries, and most of the function was to alleviate illness, protect vulnerable individuals, and bring success in hunting, trade, and other endeavors. The more specialized Nkisi Nakandi object served as a divinatory and judicial function to seek wrongdoers and punish them for misdeeds. Their job is to identify and hunt down those who are thought to be the wrongdoers, such as thieves, or those who have caused sickness or death in the community. When the perpetrator is located, the Nakandi typically administer justice for the appropriate to the transgression that they had been sent to punish. Thus, in addition to witnessing the agreement, the figure was an active enforcer of the compacts sealed when disputes are resolved or the treatments that were sought. There used various metals embedded in the figure's expansive torso, which attests to its central role as witness and enforcer of affairs critical to its community. The retention of the metal protrusions in the work, or the reason why they kept them there, and the materials attached to them powerfully reminded the community of the pacts made and appeals for spiritual intercession. They document vows sealed. They document treaties signed and efforts to eradicate evil. As items are added, it is thought to become more powerful. The more conflicts in which it is called upon as intercessor and mediator, the more powerful the Nkisi is. The historical success of the Nkisi is evident in the destiny of nails and protrusions, further validating its potency and its ongoing use. I think this piece is very cool to see in person. I like seeing this piece in particular, seeing the x-ray, because you could see all the different areas where we see the metal protrusion, see the stomach cavity where they would put the materials they believe that would help intercede on their behalf. This is the platform they were talking about. And one of the things I didn't mention yet is size. So I have a picture of how about the size of it. And I guess that'd probably be about 3 feet tall. And so this is the one that I saw in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I'm fairly close to this. It's not that far away, but again, you can see with this woman here the difference between it. So here's a front view and there's the back view. So stylized, not naturalistic, and representative of something that was a deeply held belief in the Congolese peoples.